Hello, little friends. So, another night of data. Let's have a round of applause for data, everybody. Love it. Okay. So, tonight, we've talked about tally charts. We've analyzed tally charts. We've talked about picture graphs. We've analyzed picture graphs. Talked about bar graphs. Now we're going to analyze bar graphs. Remember what analyze means? Think about it. Analyze. What does it mean? It means to look at something and get information from it. Okay. We're going to look at it and we're going to get information from this representation of data. So this data could have been represented in a tally chart, could have been represented in a picture graph, but they chose bar graph. So we're going to use this bar graph to answer some questions. So our title of our, excuse me, of our journal entry is Analyzing Bar Graphs. Analyzing bar graphs. Okay. Looks like my pen's cooperating a little bit better. That's nice. All right. So the first thing that you do when you see a bar graph is you're going to put the number that it's representing right on top of the bar. Okay. So this is a shape survey. We've got our, what axis is this? Vertical is the y-axis, right? So our y-axis is the number of votes. Our what axis? X-axis is the shape that people voted for. Okay. So looking at this, how many people voted for triangle? Oh my gosh, I forgot something really important. Guys, look. Put a box around it. What do you notice? Look at it. What do you notice? First of all, what is this called? This is our scale. And what is our scale counting by? Is it counting by ones? It's sure not. What is it counting by? Twos. Look, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we got to pay attention to that because something's going to come up on square that we're going to have to determine. Here we go. So triangle, we're going to look at the top of the bar and it's lined up with what? 6. So 6 people voted for triangle. Write a 6. Okay. Let's look at square. Uh-oh. It's not lined up with 8 and it's not lined up with 10. It's halfway between. What's halfway between 8 and 10? 9. So we're, instead of counting 2 up, we counted just 1 up because 1 is half of 2. That's why it's halfway. 9 people voted for square. How many people voted for rectangle? Well, let's see. It's not lined up with 10 and it's not lined up with 12. It's halfway between 10 and 12, which is halfway between 10 and 12, 11. Let's look at pentagon. Pentagon is lined up on the line with 8. 8 people voted for pentagon. Hexagon. How many people? It's lined up with 14. Whoa, lots of people like that hexagon. Okay, and then octagon. Oh, it's not lined up with 4. It's not lined up with 6. It's halfway between 4 and 6, which is 5. All right, so now let's go down to these questions. Now that we can see the numbers, this is why we do this, guys. You have to be able to know what numbers you're talking about, because if you're trying to answer these questions and you're like adding and subtracting or like whatever you're doing with them, you don't want to be thinking about, wait, how many people like triangle again? When you write the numbers, they're there. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. So which was the most popular shape? Another way that we've heard this is favorite shape or shape with the most votes. Okay. All of those mean the same thing. It just means the highest bar. Which one was that? Hexagon. Okay. What was the least popular shape? The least favorite, the one with the least votes. What was the smallest number you see? Octagon. So another thing that I want you to pay attention to is what the question is actually asking you to write. Is it asking you to write a shape or is it asking you to write a number? So if it says how many, that's asking for a number. But if it says what was the most popular shape, it's not asking you for a number, it's asking you for a shape. How many people voted for pentagon? Well, I can look at pentagon's bar and see that I wrote how many votes? 8. How many voted for the triangle? Well, I can look at the triangle bar and see that how many people voted? 6. Beautiful. You just analyzed a bar graph, guys. Okay. So going down here, this is a little bit higher level, and we're going to practice what is happening, okay? So they want us to So it says the salamanders had a bug eating contest. Gross. Each salamander was given a minute to see how many bugs they could eat. Double gross. Okay. So they have made a bar graph for each of these little, our y-axis is showing us what? We need to label it. These are the salamanders. Little guys. Okay. Those are all their names. Quadra, Sally, Fraser, Newton, Tiger, Captain. So they want us to just kind of use this information to fill in the rest of these blanks and use this information to fill in this bar. All right. Just fill in the missing data. So looking at our bar graph, what's the first thing we should do? Well, first thing we should do is look at the, what is this called? Scale. Put a box around it. The scale. What's it counting by? 2. Okay. So we notice, let's put our numbers on first. So Quadra is lined up with what? 12. Sally is lined up with 6. Fraser is lined up with 14. Tiger is lined up with 16. That's a weird one, sorry. Captain is, Captain's not lined up with 14. He's not lined up with 16. He's halfway between. What's halfway between 14 and 16? 15. Okay, so I can fill in on this chart, I can fill in that Captain ate 15 and Quadra ate 12. Now I have a missing bar here for Newton. Can you look on the chart and see how many bugs that Newton ate? Check out that chart. Newton ate how many? 7. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't see a 7 down here. What am I going to do? Where is 7 going to be located? Think about it. Look at that scale. Where's it going to be located? 7 is halfway between 6 and 8. So I'm going to come halfway straight up and I'm going to draw a line. And then I'm going to shade everything before it. So it should be exactly halfway between the 6 line and the 8 line. All right, so we did number 1. We filled in this missing data. We did number 2. We drew a bar to show how many bugs Newton ate. Now, which salamander ate the most bugs? Well, we can look at these numbers very easily. Oh, we forgot to put Newton at 7. Look at these numbers very easily and see which one's the highest, which one's the most. 16, and who ate 16? Tiger. Tiger with a Y. Oh, you people almost made me have a heart attack today because you forgot what how many more means. How many more bugs did Quadra eat than Sally? What does how many more mean? What does it mean I'm doing? Subtract. Put a subtraction sign. So Quadra then Sally. So Quadra had 12. Sally had 6. So what am I going to subtract? 12 minus 6. And what does that equal? Doubles fact. What does it equal? 6. So Quadra ate 6 more bugs. We're going to write 6 bugs. We don't know naked numbers. Our numbers cannot be naked. We have to clothe them with a label, right? Oh, number 5. How many more bugs did Tiger eat than Newton? Well, let's look at Tiger. Tiger had 16. Newton had 7. So what am I going to do? How many more means? Subtract. So I'm going to do 16 minus 7 equals what? So if it's me and I'm trying to figure this out, I know that it's going to go below 10 because if I subtract 6, I get to 10, right? So let's go to 10. 16 minus 6 is 10. How much more do I need to subtract? I subtracted 6. How much more to make 7? 1 more. What's 10 minus 1? 9. So Tiger ate 9 more bugs. No naked numbers. Captain ate more bugs than Sally and Quadra put together. Well, Sally and Quadra put together, I can do that real quick, can't I? Sally and Quadra would be 6 plus 12, right? What is 6 plus 12? Well, what's 2 plus 6? 8. So 12 plus 6 is 18. So Sally and Quadra ate 18. Captain ate 15. Did Captain eat more than Sally and Quadra put together? Sure didn't, because he only ate 15. They ate 18 together. So that is F for false. Ooh, which 2 salamanders ate exactly 20 bugs together? So this is one of those where you're going to have to guess and check, right? You're going to have to add 2 numbers and say, does that equal 20? Nope. Does that equal 20? Nope. Oh, here's the ones that equal 20. So look at those for a second. Which two of these numbers? I know I can't add two of these numbers together because they both have 10s. So that's going to go over 20, okay? So it's going to be one of these single digit numbers plus one of these two-digit numbers, I think. You look at it for a second. Think about it. Well, I can use a make 10. Look, 4 and 14 plus 6 over here would make 10, plus this 10 makes 20. So which two salamanders are those? Sally and Fraser. Sally and Fraser. Awesome, guys. Sorry, my handwriting. Struggling. Wonderful job. I want you to head on over to Seesaw and give that activity a try, okay? Do your best. You have to write these numbers next to the bar graph. You have to write the numbers on the bars. Deal? All right. Have a good night.